G'day, thanks for joining us as we continue our trek around Australia. In this episode we'll clock day 100 on the road and we leave Streaky Bay for Adelaide. We jump on a car ferry, it sees us crossing the Eyre Peninsula, across the Spencer Gulf and onto and across the Yorke Peninsula. And on the way, we also clock up 18,500 kilometres on our trip around the continent of Australia.
Woodinna, another interesting little town. In Woodinna there is the farmer statue. I think they call it the Australian farmer. It's 8 metres high and carved out of granite, I believe, from the area. We nearly missed it, so we just got a glimpse.
Lock was a lovely little town, agricultural belt in South Australia, and it's actually named after Sergeant Albert Locke, who was killed in Belgium in 1917, and the town was established in 1918.
Well, we nearly didn't stop at Cleve, but glad that we did because there were some nice little interesting things to see there. Cleve was actually proclaimed in 1879 and the name is derived from Old English meaning a cliff or a hill. It's home to Reggie the Wedgie and Bonnie the Clydesdale horse, both sculptures done by a local called Peter Crosby. Well, this was our accommodation for the night, the commercial hotel, pretty basic pub room, but it was clean, it was comfortable, and the food was great. We were a little surprised to see that recreational boat owners had to buy a permit to use the boat ramp here. It's not something that we've come across before.
Morning.
G'day.
Right. Oh, sorry.
Ferry?
Yeah.
Yeah, just go over this there.
Oh, it's there, is
This
it?
road?
Yeah, just go around the bend there a bit.
Oh,
Be
okay.
careful there.
Thank you. Anyone else seems to find it for us. Welcome, Spencer Gold.
I think we just need to stay the road and not turn up on like a day.
Well, I'm back at sea. Should be getting seagull allowance. Just boarded the Spencer Gold ferry, which left near Cowell this morning, a place called Streaky Bay.
Yes.
And we've got the bike secured with one of two bikes, so it's all strapped up downstairs. Yeah, so we're heading over, about 2.5 hour trip. What's the name of the place we're going to?
Wallaroo,
Wallaroo, and where are we staying tonight?
Moonta Bay.
Very smooth day at sea. Takes me back. No, it doesn't. Hasn't got a gun on the front. But yeah, it's very modern looking boat.
It is. It's very smooth.
Catamaran.
I think it's time to go and get a coffee downstairs.
All right. Ciao.
Bye. We stopped at Wallaroo for an early lunch. We found this great, quirky little old-fashioned cafe, great service, great food, and I'm just really sorry that I can't remember the name of it to mention.
came down the hill into Moonta Bay, which we thought was a pretty little spot on the Eyre Peninsula. On the water, lovely little spot to stay at. We pulled up to the Seagate Motel, and it was a nice motel, but not a soul to be seen. We found this a little bit strange because we'd been on the road for 100 days. We'd been into some really luxury accommodation, pubs, roadhouses, and everywhere that we could think of, we were warmly welcomed. Often we were given some tips and tricks about the place, and you just got to know people, which was nice. The impersonal nature here just sort of let the place down a little bit.
Today we are at Moonta Bay we're still on the Gulf of Spencer, aren't we?
Spencer Gulf.
Spencer Gulf, but just on the other side of it.
Yeah.
After crossing on the car ferry yesterday. Day 100. We said we'd be away 100 days. We've made it to 100.
More than 100 days now.
It's got a bit to go. We stop at Port Wakefield for lunch. We had actually been through here on the way up from going to Port Augusta on the first part of the trip, so we knew a great bakery for something to eat.
spent a couple of days in Glenelg while we were getting the bike serviced. Had an engine warning light that we had to get fixed. The team at BMW Adelaide were great and sorted that one out. So that's the end of this episode. Thanks for joining us. After Glenelg, we head up to the Adelaide Hills and spend a bit of time in Harndorf, which we really enjoy. A little bit of wet weather, which was nice. And then we start to make our way across to Victoria. See you then.